Welcome to the Love Frequency, where we love frequently. My name is Ange, the Love Freak. And I hope that you are out there remaining peaceful, balanced, and calm during this time. I know that I am. As a matter of fact, I wasn't really hugely affected by the quarantine, but I know a lot of people are. And people know that I'm a dance fitness instructor. So I teach classes. I was teaching classes at like 4 different fitness facilities. And before the coronavirus and before this pandemic became major, I was already releasing them out of my life anyway, because something in my spirit said, release these things that are holding you back. And plus I was building up In Balance, which was the dance therapy studio that I was working on with my business partner, Leona, and we were building up this dance therapy studio in which we wanted to build for the community and to offer that to the community. And that was more in alignment with what my purpose anyway. So I was getting rid of these fitness centers, but I kept hold of the YMCA. And during this time, I'm like, cool, because, this is another source of income that I'm still getting, and I'm still doing what I know to do. And that's dance fitness and women empowerment through that way. And all of a sudden, they were closed down. I remember when we first got the email, and they were like, oh yeah, y'all, we gonna be closed until the 17th of April. And I was like, what? Oh, this is crazy. I ain't gonna get my check that I usually get from this place until that long. I was like, wow. Like, I wasn't thinking in terms of panic, but it was a thought that crossed my mind in terms of like, dang, wow, this is really about to affect me somehow. I'm really going to be affected by this in a way. And so, I just kept patient and calm, and then they started shutting down the schools. So now the children have to be homeschooled, which I'm not totally against, which is another crazy thing. At the beginning of the school year, I wanted to homeschool my youngest anyway. I attempted to do it in the beginning, and it just didn't work out with trying to build the podcast, trying to work on a lot of business parts, and then trying to be mommy in that way. So it didn't work. Now with the quarantine, it's like, well, boom, here's my second chance at homeschooling. So all this stuff is happening right now in my life, and so I've decided in this time, as I'm trying, as the world is changing, the world is healing, and literally going through a major shift right now, I figured I want to be in alignment with the earth and with the shift. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take a sabbatical. I'm going to take a sabbatical. This is the time for me to step away from dance fitness for a little bit, rest my body, and actually find other ways to heal and transform my body in the way that, may be better and more beneficial to me and my highest purpose. And so, so I've been taking a sabbatical because I noticed a lot of the people that were in the dance fitness community, they were doing all this online dancing. And I was like, man, they're just giving away so much energy. This is a lot of energy. Like, I felt like I was giving away energy when I was teaching classes and just expounding my energy in that way. I'm not about to just take that to the internet, because I'm not really an internet person anyway. Like, I've been wanting to get off social media. So I haven't even been on social media. I mean, I literally I went into like a cave, I guess you could say. Like, I just kind of went into the depths of my own soul at this time. And I'm just working on some really high intense practices and things that I want to share on this podcast. And I want y'all to learn and know about. And one of the major things that I have been focusing on that I'm going to talk more about is sexual energy, and how you could use sexual energy in this time and in any time to enhance your own life force and to enhance your own creativity within your own self, so that you're not going to look for it outside of you. Because we're in a time now where we have to look within ourselves and pull out what's within us. And oh my gosh, there's just so much information out here that's crazy in terms of conspiracy with the virus and how it began, and also with the whole 5G and how that ties in with the coronavirus. I definitely say look up some really good videos. I would recommend a guy named Black Magic 87. I will put their names somewhere. Or if you want to know the name, just hit me up. But his name is Black Magic 87. He's a YouTuber. He has these great interviews that are talking in depth about this. Another guy, he speaks about the 5G. His name is Q Reeves. That's CUEREAVES. He also does these subconscious regressions. And I actually have a session coming up with him this Friday, so it's going to be really interesting. And I'm going to let y'all know about that regression session, which is about digging into the subconscious to heal a lot of our blockages and things that, that are the reasons why either we're being held back, or it just gives us a lot of more insight into who we are, where we're headed, etc. But I'm going to give you more information on that regression session when we have it. But I definitely say go to his channel, check him out. Another YouTuber that I listen to, her name is Conjure Queen, and she's really deep in terms of ancestral rituals and doing certain magical practices and things like that during this time, how we can protect ourselves on a spiritual and energetic level. And I'm also going to share a lot of that with you here on the Love Freak, and especially with crystals, herbs, and how to use them properly so they can protect us, it can heal us, and it can serve us for our highest good. And so definitely stay tuned for that, because that's definitely going to come up in the next few videos. If you have any questions, please let me know. But what I did want to leave you with today is 3 things that you can do in this quarantine time to really step into your highest purpose and to make the best use of this solitude, right? So the first thing that I say that you should do in this time, if you haven't been doing it, I would definitely say start doing it. And if you already are doing it, I would say do more of it. Like dig into a more intense practice of it. And so the first thing is to meditate. It is time, darling, to meditate. We got to meditate. We got to dig deep within our minds and our spirits. And we got to get divine messages that are beyond the physical realm. We got to reach into the spiritual realm. And the only way to get to the spiritual realm is through the mind and through meditation. So it's time to really access that within us to get the answers that we need. And the way to even start meditation process is to just work on breath. Work on your breathing. Trust me. If I don't say anything else in this video, I'm going to tell you the most important thing that you need to do right now is to develop a strong diaphragmic breath. And that is learning how to breathe from the diaphragm. And so when you start working on pranayamic breathing, that's meditative. And so what you do is just channel within to focus on your brow chakra, your third eye, and focus on your breath. And when you breathe in, you're filling your belly up with air. I always like to tell my daughters, it's like you're filling the balloon up with air when you're breathing in. So imagine the air filling up your diaphragm, your balloon. And when you're exhaling, you're letting the air out of the balloon. You're contracting your navel to the spine. You're letting all the air out. You're deflating the balloon. So that's it. Just focus on doing that, and then silence your mind. Start with if it's bad, if meditation is really not easy for you, start with 1 minute. Start with 1 minute of just focusing on nothing but breath. And then when you can do 1 minute, when you master 1 minute, which you should be able to master the first time, I would say challenge yourself to go to 5 minutes. And if you need to do 5 minutes every day, or maybe 5 minutes twice a day, then I definitely say, okay, 5 minutes at a time. And then when you're ready, it's like, you know what? I actually feel good. I could probably go 10. So I just kind of increase your meditation practice. It helps. I do a lot of my meditation when I do my yin yoga. So I do meditation, but I also been doing this new type of meditation, which I will get to in the later episodes. So make sure you stay tuned. It's a really powerful sexual energy cultivating meditation that I've been doing. But I'm going to definitely even take my own advice and just increase more of my meditation. So number 1 is definitely to meditate in this time. Get in tune with you and your higher self. Number 2, the second thing is to focus, because, we're talking about a virus, we're talking about sicknesses, washing your hands, cleaning, etc. The best thing you can do right now is cleanse your body. Cleanse your body. Like, even if you do like a 1-day fast or some kind of a raw cleanse with like raw fruits and vegetables. Just do something like that that's cleansing your body, that's doing something that's taking you away from what you do on a daily basis already, what you have been doing. And so for myself, I'm doing that. I'm working on eating a lot more vegetables, because especially green vegetables that cleanses out your system anyway. And I'm doing a lot more fasting. So I have been doing actually a lot more fasting than I have been doing when my life was just busy and had so much to do and I was doing this, and that. Now I have time to finally sit down and fast. And so that kind of goes hand in hand, of course, with meditation, because when you're fasting, you're not putting all that denseness of food into your body, and you'll actually have a lighter body to activate the spirit with. So you'll actually be more in tune with higher vibrations when you're not cluttered down with digestion. And you're using that Dantian energy, which is energy that's in the navel, that's near your navel side. And I'll talk more about that later, so just bear with me. But there's a life force energy that you have within you that when you're not boggled down with food and all that stuff, that life force energy can actually work through you more easily and abundantly. So, cleanse. Find a way to cleanse. Get you some fiber, get probiotics, and really get your digestive system working in the way that it needs to work at this time. I cannot stress it enough. Like, this is the time to really take care of yourself. This is self-love time, darling. So the first thing, meditate. Second thing is cleanse. Third thing is study. Study, study, study. Get some information in your mind. Get some information in you. And not only just get information in you, but practice. Practice what you're learning. And it's not easy, but that's why you got to find things that you love. And that's what I'm doing right now with the sexual energy cultivation. I've also got this really amazing book by the late Dr. Laila Africa. If you ever heard of him, he recently passed a couple of days ago. Rest in peace. He is now our ancestor, but I do thank him for his contribution to the world and for giving us the vast knowledge of holistic healing of what our African ancestors used for their bodies. And so as I'm studying and I'm reading this, I'm also going to implement a lot of the practices in terms of cleansing and meditation with this. So it's all about putting into practice what you learn. And so when we come up out of this quarantine, when we come up out of this shift, when things go back to a sense of, and I'm putting my quotes up, normalcy, then we can say we have grown in this time. We have grown in this space, because this is the perfect time. Like to look at this time is to say, this is a time for us to slow down. Everyone is so busy in this world. This is a chance for us to slow down. And it's crazy because the ozone layer is actually healing. So we're talking about this virus and not trying to get this virus, but we have to consider the fact that we have been a virus to the world, to the earth, and we definitely need to be better. Oh, and that's another person I want you to check out, because he was mentioning how the virus, his name is Young Pharaoh. Look up Young Pharaoh. He broke the CoVid-19. He broke this thing down, but he also mentioned the ozone layer was healing and the earth is actually healing the waters in different areas, because we're not consuming and we're not all up in it of absorbing its energy. We're allowing the earth to just do what it needs to do to heal itself, okay? And so in this time, consider how we can be better to ourselves, and we can be better to each other, and we can be better to the earth. Like, this is the time for us to really take that introspection. And how can we thrive for our future generations? Because when it comes to actually learning or unlearning to relearn what we need to learn in terms of what our African ancestors have taught us, in terms of holistic health and knowledge and spirituality, we really need to do some unlearning and relearning. And all it is going to take being in a space such as this quarantine. And it's going to take a couple of generations, but we got to do better for the kids. And that's important. So while we're home with the kids, homeschooling the kids, let's make sure that we're giving them higher knowledge as well, what they will not find in schools and what the schools will not be teaching them. Let's see. And I think that's pretty much it. So definitely take this time to love yourself, heal yourself, and bring out the God and Goddess within you. And so that we can rise above on this higher frequency, aka the love frequency, 528 hertz. And that way we're not affected by the things that are in this world, because we are not in this world. We are of this world. No, wait. Whoa, that is totally off. That's what happens. Your mind kind of just takes control. I don't know, whatever. We are in this world. We're not of it. We're of it. We're not of this world. So just know that, to rise on a higher frequency means that we are in this world. We're not of it. That means we're not tied down to the systems, to the structures that will be holding you back. Instead, we are just going to be riding on the vibration of a higher level of ascension. And trust me, it is coming. It is time for us to focus. But anyways, we're going to get all that into later videos. Make sure you stay locked into the love frequency, where we love frequently, because we're going to have a lot more interesting topics and information for you that you can use and pass on to others. And we'll also have some cool crystals that I do want to tell you about that I think are really cool. So make sure you stay locked in. Hit that subscribe button. And give this video a like and share with your friends, and just holla at me and let me know who you are, what you think, and what you're doing in this time of quarantine. And I will talk to you later. My name is Ange, the Love Freak.